My name's Will. I'm from Barnet. I'm a member of Left Unity and Tusk as well. And I've been in the ISN. Well, actually, I helped set it up with Nick. I think our first meeting was in late October 2011. So we've been going for about 3.5 years. And we've been gradually getting ourselves more and more organised as a network, campaigning for a united mass socialist party, which we think is the most important task really, that we have to address in the years ahead. A number of us had been through, some people may not have been, but a number of us have been through some experiences. Some people have been in the Socialist Labour Party in 1996, which then developed and then fell apart, and some of us were in the Socialist Alliance, which disappeared when Respect came along, although some people hint, thankfully kept it going, as we've recently discovered. Then Respect kind of exploded, and some people were in Respect, some people weren't, people taking different positions. And when we decided to do this, when we decided to set the ISN up, it was for one really simple reason, actually. At the end of the Respect, Nick was chair, and I was treasurer, and we wanted Respect to form a broader alliance, and also to form an alliance with trade unions, radical trade unions. And Respect didn't want to do that. We thought that was a mistake. So, on point of principle, we decided to leave, and then we thought, well, this is ridiculous. We've been through a whole series of left-wing formations, and actually, independent socialists have never been properly organised out of them. And so, what we thought was the one really important thing that we have to do in the next few years is we'll get a forum together where independent socialists can come together and discuss politics in a comradely fashion and think about practical ways forward to building a mass socialist party. And really, that's what it's been about. That's what it's been about. We've got, the Independent Socialist Network have got three main activities, really. We are involved in Tusk and the Tusk election campaigns, and we have representatives on the Trade Unions and Socialist Coalition Steering Committee. We are very involved in Left Unity in different ways. Some people are more or less involved in Left Unity, depending on where they are and how they feel about it, and people's experiences. And the same goes for Tusk as well. We've got different kind of relationships to them. And we're also very important, I think, is building the Independent Socialist Network in its own right. And we have an annual general meeting once a year where we elect a steering committee, and that steering committee, more often than not, once a week, has a Skype conversation where we have debate, discussion, and decide on the practical things we need to do next. It's a one-person, one-vote organisation. And also, if obviously membership is open, but we make a distinction between members and non-members, and the distinction is if you pay us an amount of money, maybe £1 a month, maybe some people pay £20 a month, it's a whole range, then you're signing that you're a member of the ISN and not just a supporter. So that's how we put people are more than welcome to join. We want to be a very open organisation. The other thing we try to do is to kind of have a bit of a change of style in how we see the kind of left debating. We tend to have shortish political introductions to agenda items to leave a lot of space for discussion and debate, and we encourage the person who's introduced the item to get back involved in the debate. So Nick will be talking for about 20 minutes, but he'll also be able to come in and collaborate with everybody else in the discussion that follows, and we think that's really important. We ask people to kind of keep their initial kind of comments short, 2 or 3 minutes, so we can get conversation going. We kind of don't like to, sometimes in the left organisation you get long speeches from people. We're very keen on that. We're keen on conversation. I think that's really important. And I also think that it's really important that a lot of people have a long history on the organised left. Some of us have, some of us haven't. And we need to kind of avoid code. We did not make any assumptions about what we do know and don't know about the history of the left and that kind of stuff. It's a really important thing. And we've tried to establish a kind of a culture of comradely debate, where we try and think through issues together, but recognise that this can only be done if people are confident enough to say, I disagree. I really disagree with this. And so we can debate it out and think things through properly. And we want to get away from the culture where people don't think they can say that because they think somebody's going to come in and say, well, actually, comrade, this is the right line. Yeah? We want to get a million miles away from that. We want it to be collaborative and people share ideas and to think problems through. We're not a line organisation in that sense, and we recognise that working class people have a range of views about socialism, about how we might get to that socialist party and what it means, and we think they all deserve to be expressed. And as I said at the start, everything that we're seeking to do has the sole aim of the creation of a mass party of the working class, a socialist party with working class politics, which we think is absent. We think we can get there, but it's going to be tricky working out how to get there. We know we're going to get there if we think it together, think it through together.